Welcome back to turn 20 of Panzer North Africa, scenario 69, Battle of Gazala, .171. Well, we're up to turn 20, and this is our last full turn before we start going into variable ending turns, which I'll explain in the next turn. The situation looks like this. We're just positioned to attack the hills, these objectives here. This one right here, this one right here, and this one right here. But we have been, the Commonwealth, I should say, has been reinforced with units, armored units, that are going to try to stop us, particularly Valentines. That's these guys right here, and these guys right here. So 4 Valentines, and actually I should say there's 2 unknown Valentines sitting behind the hill. We really can't see them very well over here. The Italians can see them, but I'm going to keep them hidden just because the Italians really can't communicate directly with the Germans with the radios at this particular unit level. So I'm going to leave them just unknown to make it a little bit more foggy for us within there. So they're coming in, those 3 are coming in, and we've got some pretty serious stuff happening here because these guys are going to try to go after them. These guys are going to try to reinforce over here, I think, and these guys are trying to reinforce over here like this. So we're going to have to deal with them. So I think my plan of attack is going to be this. We're actually going to have the Germans up here, 2-pronged approach. One set of units is going to go after these tanks. That's going to be the Panzer III Js, J Langs. And then we're going to have the H's and the E's come across over here along with our infantry that's back here as well, and to assault this hill. Try to take this. This is the most important one. This is 450 victory points here. So this is the one we need to take. These 2 are 200 and 250 down below respectively. So if we can take those, we'll knock that out, and based upon our loss ratio victory points, we'll have the win over there. So that'll be the plan for the north for the Germans. To the south, it's a little bit more dire for the Italians. They're going to confront the Valentine tanks at point-blank range. Now these M1441s are not on an equal par with the Valentine tanks. So this is going to be interesting to see if we can escape out of here. The hope was to have these guys attack up this way, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. They may have to retire over here. Also, to help support with this, the Bersaglieri infantry company is going to try to come up here and up this way. We've got to knock out this unit right here. That's actually been kind of a thorn in the side over here. So they've got to get up there and knock them out. Maybe get up into the attack over here, but I'm doubtful on it. And then this, kind of given up on this. There may be a chance if we grab this to, swing down this way, if we get a long set of turns here. But like I said, we're up to turn 20. We'll probably get turn 21 and 22, but once we start getting to 23 and by 24, that's going to be iffy that we continue on that long. Meanwhile, I think that the Commonwealth player are going to make these attacks as I've shown here, as well as just hold on to those hills as much as possible and inflict as much casualties on us as possible there as well. So that is the plan for this particular turn, and hopefully next turn as well. So let's get to it. So we're on turn 21. So let me just get my pointer back here. There we go. And so let's go at it. Turn 20. So the spotting phase. There's no new spots. Pretty much everybody is spotted over here. There may be a few switches between move spot and fire spots, but other than that, everybody can be spotted pretty much. It's desert. The only real hindrances are these hills and being in full cover and in rock hexes like this guy is down here. Is the real only impediment to this. So let's go on to our commands. Commands look like this. The Italians get 3 commands. Italian tanks get 3 commands. They're going to drop them like this. So actually, let me zoom in here a little bit so you can see some of the detail of what we've got. down here. So the Italian tanks here, they're going to do some short halts and some moves. They're going to stay on the moves because these guys, these Valentines, outclass them in terms of how they're shooting and fighting. Maybe we can get around them, get a flank shot. Maybe we can get a lucky frontal shot. It's just not looking good, but we'll see. Next, we've got the, where we go? There we go. We've got the Bersaglieri 7 commands, and those are going to be placed on the leading units here. We're going to start getting into a little bit of a problem, I think, because these leading units are going to take up more commands than we have. So, you know, looking at this, we're gonna fire up here to fire on him. We've got some move fires for the Semovertis over here, and then let's see, those are M41s. This I think is the recon unit. Yeah, it's the AB41 over there. So we're gonna get some move to try to get the infantry up here to get them into the attack as well. And the heavy machine gun is there, and so we fill them out like so. Then up to the north, those armored cars that are there with the Germans, they're going to get their commands there as well. There we go. And now the Panzer Company gets 5 commands. Now they're going to be a combination of moves and fires, I believe. Some of these are going to be moves, and they're going to be firing because we also have a 25-pounder right here that we'll have to deal with. That's going to be a tricky one. So they're going to fire on them. They're going to move. Unfortunately, they can't overrun. They can't see them, so they can't overrun them. But we'll position them, hopefully, to overrun them next turn. I'm hoping. So continuing on, and now moving to the infantry company. They've got 12 commands. And just checking some spots here, as most of these are going to be moves. Just trying to keep moving. That's the one thing with Panzer. You want to keep moving as much as possible with the units. In fact, I just changed that to short halt just to get that move bonus in there. I'll show you why I did that here once we get to the fire phase. So just filling out the rest of these moves, mostly on the infantry and the half-tracks. And the trucks. Alright, so now we have the initiative, plus 20, DRM 50 or greater. We roll a 52, plus 20 is going to give us 72. We're going to be the first player, so that's good. So the combat phase with this, let's actually expand this a little bit. There we go. Combat phase, there's no indirect fire. We're not going to do any, and the Commonwealth doesn't have any. The German and Italian direct fire. So we're going to pit the Panzer II, Panzer III H313. That's these guys right down in here, which I've highlighted. He is going to take a shot at the half-track. Right, is it this guy right here? Yeah, oh yeah, I started to take a shot at him, and he is actually destroyed. He's brewed up already, so I kind of backed this off. So let's kind of go through this. Before I realized it, at this point, I think I realized, oops, he can't do anything. So he's already done. That's a BUUC. So Panzer III H is actually going to take a shot at the rifle unit next door to them, right over here. All right, he's reduced. So he's going to fire GP at him. We'll do command check on him, 67. NC, because he can only defensive fire at this point. He doesn't have anybody in point blank range. So he's going to be that way. So it's going to be short range, full cover, veteran, short health. So suppression 66 to 92, 93 or greater. It'll be effective. Let's hope for a high roll. 62 misses. All right. Well, I kind of expected that with a short halt. That kind of really slows things down or makes things harder. Now, here is the other reason why I did the short halt, is the Panzer IIe is going to fire smoke at the U6 hex, which is the 25-pounder hex. So he's going to take a smoke shot because he has actually smoke capability of 6 or less, which is pretty good. Because if I smoke them over here, that's going to really hinder them in terms of taking a shot back at us or shooting at anything else that may move up. So let's try it here. Rolls a 2, that's a success. So we've got smoke on there, and that will hinder them while we move up to try to knock them out. Remember, you always want to close on the enemy, and this is what we're going to try to do. So that was successful. Next, just doing some checking here. So the next shot is going to be the rifle unit, half track, 421 rifle half track, fires at the CW rifle ATR 6, medium range, full cover, needs an effective shot 86 to 00. Well, the 99. Oh, the machine gun got him. Those MG42s did their job and knocked out that Commonwealth unit. So that's actually points for us because they're eliminated. I think it's 30 points, so we'll take it. And we'll just clean up the board there and go from there. Next, we got 321. Give me a minute here. He's right over in here. Yeah, there he is, 321. In this hex right here. He is going to fire a smoke at T5, which is T6, excuse me. It's this guy right here. So he's a Panzer 4E, so he needs a 6 or less. And he rolls, oops, not that. I'm not rolling. Oops, come on. Actually, he rolled a 6, sorry. Or he rolled a 0, excuse me, he failed. Then we're going to do it again with 322, is also in that hex, 6 or less. And he rolls a 1, and that places the smoke, so that's successful. Alright, so we've got smoke into both of those hexes. That's going to it's not going to blind them, they can still shoot at us, but it's going to hinder them quite a bit when they're trying to shoot through or out of those smoked hexes. So moving along here. So moving down to the south, we have the Bears-Ligiri 221 right here, right there, taking a shot at that other rifle ATR 5 who's dug in right over here in the middle of the board. So he needs 57 to 83 to suppress and 84 to 100 to be effective. Rolls a 67, so he suppresses them. That's good. And I think his buddy there's another one in there, 223, right there. He's going to take a shot at him as well. This time, effective only counts 84 to 00. 73, it's a miss. All right, well, we got him suppressed. We'll take that for now. And just cleaning up and getting the spots on there. There we go. So now the Semiverti 241 over here is going to try to shoot at them as well. General GP. So 78 to 00 for an effective. Rolls a 24. That's a miss. Okay, and then we'll take the second one, doing the same thing. They roll a 29. That's a miss. 20/20 hindsight. This is where I was kind of a little dumb at that. I could have gone for these guys over here because they do have, the Semivertis do have heat ammo. Let me bring up their card just to show you real quick. They do have heat ammo right here, and they're in fairly decent range. They would have been within, I think, long range to be able to hit them, and maybe I could have knocked them out or done something to them, you know, to be ineffective, because you'll see this is going to get pretty bloody over here for the Italians. Not giving away too much yet, but you know, you'll see how things roll out. So now we move along to our M1441s, number 100, which is where is he? Right there. He's going to fire, trying to take out the MMG universal carrier right here. Needs a 56 to 81 to suppress, 82 or greater to be effective. Rolls a 75, so he's suppressed. All right, that's good because I want to get this infantry moving up here, and I do want to keep that machine gun that GP machine gun fire down. 101 is going to do the same thing. This is now going to be just effective, so it's going to use 82 to 00. Rolls a 67, that's a miss. All right, then we got our last one here, 115, all within the same stack. And they are going to need an 82 or greater. Rolls a 79, that's a miss. All right, too bad. Well, we got them suppressed, so that helps. Now we go against the Valentines. So 1441, 122 is going to try to go against Valentine 111. They can do a command check on them. Rolls a 50, which means they're going to have actually a short halt. So both sides firing short halts. So first shot, short range, moving, short halt, small target for the Valentine. Regular, so that's a 14 or less to hit. That's very, very bad. Rolls us, boo, but almost 16. It's a miss, just barely. Just barely. Now the other one, 14, 122 is firing at 110. That's the other one right below him. Do a command check. This kind of throws out his command. Now the Valentine 110 will do a quick draw. That's part of the rules where it says that if a tank has a better rating than the other side, they can do a quick draw, which they will apply the results simultaneously to this. It's not the fact that if he destroys him first, he can shoot back. It's both sides shoot at the same time. So we'll still go with the Italian first. Short range, small target, short halt, regular to hit is a 28 or less. And they roll a 94. That's a big miss. Now the Valentine gets the fire back immediately. They've got kind of the same thing. Short range seasoned, 49 or less. Ooh, 97. Good, they missed. Okay, we lucked out on that one. But you can see that the Valentines, in terms of their shooting and their quality, is much better. We got to get these guys out of here and actually move them back. I don't think they're going to be able to attack this hill. They've got to regroup with these and support the infantry and figure out something here. I'm not quite sure. I'm slightly worried. Anyways, moving on to the Commonwealth side of the house, we're going to have Valentine 111 firing with their short halt. They're going to go after 122 right in front of them. Need a 21 or less. Rolls a 2. That is a hit. Here we go, folks. So it's a hit front location roll. Rolls a 7. That's a hull front. Penetration of 12 for the Valentine. With armor of 6, there's no variable penetration roll. So we'll check the damage. Rolls a 5. Hull damage on this guy. We're going to check for bailout. Rolls a 30. All right, so they bail out. So it's not a loss, that's a good thing, but it's not a victory point loss, but we did lose a tank, and actually that triggers us to go into morale checks for our units, because now we have actually gone down to 0 with our cohesion checking here. So we'll be doing that in a little bit here. All right, next. We have machine gun doing command check, rolls a 20. So it's going to try to shoot at short range, moving, armored, suppression. It's going to try to suppress the other one over there, 122. Rolls a 7, that's a miss. All right, so now we'll go to the ATR. They're going to try to join in on the fighting because they're pretty close now, just 400 meters away. Command checks an 82. That's no command, so they're not going to join the action. All right, so now we're going to go up to our 25 pounder up here, the one that's in the smoke, right up with the Germans, right over here. Come on, right there. So let's see what he gets for command. 52 plus 10 is 62, so he's going to have a fire command. Now we're going to check to see who he's going to fire at. He's going to fire at the Panzer IV-E 113. So it's medium range, moving, smoke. He's seasoned, 25 or less. Rolls a 34, so that's a miss. That's good. All right, so now moving along here to our rifle unit, ATR 7, up on the hill. He can see, this is the AB-41, this is the Italian scout car that was tagging along with the Germans. He can see him, and just in range, and he can penetrate, so he's going to take the shot at him. Yeah, he's got a fire command, there we go. So it's going to be medium range, moving, small target, 35 or less to hit. Rolls a 9, that's a hit. Front side, so let's roll a rotation roll, is a 6, which gets us front, hull front, which is a penetration of 4, armor of 3. So we're going to have to roll a variable penetration. So remember that's 2 dice on our charts. Rolls a 5 and rolls a 4. So that's no change. Final penetration is 4 to 3. So they're damaged somehow. They roll a 1, which is no damage. Okay, it hits them, but it doesn't do any significant damage to knock them out. We're going to check on a bailout, it'd be a 10 or less, rolls a 74, so they're okay. All right, so moving on to the MMG, this guy right here, Universal Carrier MMG, that is. Does a command check, rolls a 1, so he's actually moving. That'd be interesting. Most likely he's going to move up in with that infantry unit. The Valentine goes Valentine 122, rolling command check up here. 23 is a move. Okay, so the first one's going to be moving. Second one is out of range, so he's going to get an overwatch. Okay, so one's moving up, the other one's overwatching him. Okay, now we're going to check U3. Why am I on U3? Oh, down here. We're checking our unrevealed. This guy down here. And he rolls an 84. There's no command. Okay. Next one, X2. They're going to get 2 rolls here. 61. Overwatch. And Overwatch. And now we go to our move phase. These guys I forgot to do, but we actually do them in the move phase here. So just forgot them there, but it doesn't really matter. So there's no close assault or hand-to-hand at this point. So moving along here, the HMG, this guy right here, doing his move checks. He's going to move to the nearest victory point, which is exactly what I said before. He's going to move up the hill and go in with the rifle unit. So now the Valentine 122 up here rolls a 40 for his movement, nearest victory point, hex, so he's going to go over to there. Now they're very slow cross country, so that's one saving grace for us. They can only move 2 cross country. So they are going to be slow moving on here. So continuing on. E5, this is where I do the command checks on these guys to see if they're move or overwatch. He's overwatch and he's Overwatch, so they're both Overwatch. Or no, one's move, sorry. One is actually moving. And he goes this way. Okay. So now it's the Italian-German moves, and you can see I started up here. The 2 tanks, the 3H and the 4E, closing in on our hill. And a lot of this is going to be closing in on our hill. There's no real overruns, but now I position this Panzer 4H coming up onto the hill and taking cover in the smoke. So hopefully next turn, because that smoke will persist, that'll give him cover. So now he can overrun this gun next turn. Hopefully he can knock that out and we'll get that there. Meanwhile, trying to position the J's. I didn't want to take them on directly, not yet. I actually want to position them up out here on the hill to get a little bit of better armor value on them, because they are so dangerous, even to the Panzers. Panzers can knock them out, but the Valentines can definitely knock out the J's and any of the other Panzers. So I got to be careful with them. Same thing with this J. We got to move him over here, and yeah, he can't be seen. just because of the hill there. So being a little cautious at the moment, because I'd really like to take the hill. That's the most important objective at the moment. So now moving up some more, doing a lot of checking here in terms of ranges and everything. So now I'm moving up some infantry. So these are half tracks over here, 414 and 411, loaded with infantry. They're going to be the kind of the next wave in there to go after. If the tanks don't get the guns, the infantry can do that and then go after the infantry on the hill. And so everybody's moving up over here. There's the command unit moving up over there, and the rest of them here just kind of moving up to position to attack. Now I do start moving up the engineers. I'm feeling a little desperate over here. Now they're just out of range of this. They're 7 hexes away, so they're not going to trigger any fire from over here, not yet at least. And they can come up and potentially help support this if need be. So they move up, more tanks moving up. And now we also get our mortar half track moving up with one trailing infantry half track. Okay, moving to the south, now we get the Bersaglieri company moving forward and the tanks moving, the Italian tanks moving a little bit here as well. So we've got them moving up. We've got a few more guys moving up over here. Yeah, Semiravertis, the other Semiravertis moving up along the road. Some more truck movement to the south. Once again, taking advantage of the track to get them up there as quickly as possible. And the mortars deploy as well. Okay, so now we've got some morale checks here. And a lot of these guys now break. Just because they don't have the capability to withstand. They're to the point they've had enough. These are just regular, so you can see the numbers here. They break 1 to 50, and they hesitate 51 to 70. So they're going to do something, most likely. There's only a 30% chance they remain in good tact. A couple of them hesitated as I click through this, and a couple break. As you can see, they put the things on there. Now what that does, if you haven't played with the morale rules, just a quick piece on here, what that will do is will inhibit them. We're going to lose command points, we're going to have negative modifiers, they're just going to become basically, dead wood on the battlefield. That is going to obviously help the Commonwealth over here, and they'll be able to attack them, and it's going to get really interesting. Already we've had 1 hit on there. Next turn we probably will get more. And we're doing some adjustments here for pivoting, turret adjustments, suppression removal. There's a few suppression removals over here. Oh, that Bersaglieri recovered. That's good. That rifle unit just flipped off. A lot of these units just flipped off. And the AB-132 over here, guess what? It failed again. Yeah, he is not coming back. I have a feeling. He's just not there. Morale adjust, we just flip all of those to off at this point. And we're at the end of turn 20. So we've got everything moved off. So let's zoom out here real quick to wrap up this particular turn. Show you what it looks like from a high level. All right, we're starting our attack on the hill right here. We've got tanks moving up, infantry moving up over here. Down to the south, we're in trouble with the Italian tank company. Bersaglieri has moved up, hopefully to provide a defensive position to get those tanks backwards and hold off against the Valentines as much as possible. I'm kind of giving up on these two southerly hill. Well, definitely the southerly hill. This one's kind of questionable, but this one is a must for us to win. So hopefully you're enjoying this, and we'll see you on turn 21. Okay, we're back with turn 21. This is going to get interesting at this point because we're into our variable game ending turns. So what's going to happen here very shortly here is I'm going to roll a dice to see if we to see if we end our turn. If we do, we're going to be in trouble because we're going to lose because we haven't captured one of these hills yet, per what we were last discussing in the prior turn over here. So let's take a look. Turn 21. So here we go. Variable game ending. Game ends. Dice roll equaling a 1. That's a 1d10, I should say. Let's say rolls a 5. Okay, so turn 21 continues. So hopefully we can get up here and capture this hill because, you know, it's going to get worse in terms of these endings. So let's continue. Spotting phase. Doing a couple quick spot checks here with these last hidden units. But these guys are in full cover, so it's going to be kind of tough for us to see them unless we get really close in there. And I don't really want to do that yet because I really want to tackle the hill up here. So nothing new. So we're going to go to command phase. Now the Italian tank company lost another tank, so they're down to 2 commands at this point. And with the being broken and hesitating, that's going to make it even worse because we're going to have them moving, and they're going to be moving backwards, getting out of there because they don't want to sit there and be cannon fodder for the Valentines. The Bears of Geary could still continue with 7 commands. Some of these are going to be fire because I really want to knock this guy out. He is a thorn in my side. And we also have some moves as well, but a lot of no commands, and this is where it gets tough with their quality being regulars. Only 7 commands doesn't give me a lot of choice once I start deploying them. So Panzer Company still has 5 commands. So first off, he's going to get a move because he's going to try to overrun. That's a given. He can't see him. He can see them, so they could actually trade some shots. But I'm not sure if I want to have them stand. I'm going to have them move, actually. And you can see other units are moving. I think most of them are moving. Now we get our infantry company commands. And they are all moving. Again, closing on that hill. I need to get infantry up there to close assault and take that hill. I'm not going to win it by shooting from the distance. So all of these are going to be moving. I think these are all moving, except for the mortar. I think the mortar I had, yeah, I do have the mortar. Firing, just to provide some fire support if something pops up, or even actually, he could actually hit the universal carrier now. He's exposed up on the top of the hill. Of course, he's going to have hindrance of smoke, but, you know, could get a hit on there. Anyways, initiative, plus 20. Greater than 50 is what we need. Come on. Oh, 3. So Commonwealth is the first player. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So now we go to the fire phase. So no indirect fire. Commonwealth direct fire. So the Valentine 122 up here is going to start us off. And we'll do a command check. Rolls a 45. He's going to have a fire command, and he is most likely going to have to go after the AB-41 because he can't see anybody else. So he's going to take a shot. AB-41, medium range, moving, small target, season, 35 or less. 45, it's a miss. All right, that's good. We didn't lose him. Now 121 is doing command check. Rolls a 67. They're just out of range, so they're going to have another Overwatch. That's good. Now, the Universal Carrier MMG-3 command check. Rolls a 50, 60. They're going to fire. So they get a fire action. We're going to see what they're going to do. Nearest unit, which they could shoot at the Panzer, but they have literally no chance to hit them. So the next nearest unit is going to be the half tracks. They can see them because they're 1 level above, so they are able to see across over here. And here we go. Let's see. So they're going to shoot at. Oh, they're not going to shoot. Sorry, I did not have them shoot. I apologize for that. I did not have them shoot. So we move on to the ATR-7. Rolls a 16. They're going to fire. Oh, I know why. Because, yeah, they can't see them over here because this is 2 hexes. This is not a continuous slope like this is over here. If I was shooting in here, this would be a continuous slope. But I can't. I'm shooting into here, which goes across 2 lower hexes. So that actually creates a blind spot right there. Okay, moving on. So the ATR gets a fire action. So they're going to go after the most dangerous. They're going to go after the one of these tanks over here. There is a chance that they can hit them, maybe do track damage or something like that. So I continued on with it. They need to hit of 27 or less. They roll a 92, so they missed. Okay, now we check for the 25 pounder. This worries me because they're going to be shooting at, you know, these guys right here, but it's through smoke. It's point blank, but it's through smoke. So his command check is an 81, which means that's no command. All right, so they're a little bit befuddled. So that actually helps us out a little bit because they're point blank. And we're going to overrun them, basically. They're not going to have a shot on us. So that actually helps us. I know it may not be realistic. You know, if I was playing as the Commonwealth player, I would have put a, you know, a fire command on there. But, you know, this is kind of a bit of the fog of war to this whole thing. So now we go to 111 down here, the Valentine, and see what his is. 45, 55 fire. So he's actually going to take a fire action, take a shot. Nearest unit, it's going to be the this guy right here, the M14 41, 122. There's not going to be a quick draw because he has a better type on there. So the Valentine fires AP at the M14 41. Needs a 49 or less to hit. Rolls a 17, that's a hit. It's a front location. So it's a front hull, armor penetration 12, armor 6. There's no variable penetration roll. It's a damage, and that will knock him out. All right, so now they've taken out 2 very quickly here. I told you it was going to get to be a bit of a bloodbath down here. These other guys need to back up out of here because they're going to get in trouble if they don't. The 1110 is going to fire as well. They roll a 4. Let's see, the nearest unit is going to be the 101, which is this guy up here. Or actually, I was rolling for which one they're going to hit. It's going to be 101 up here. And that's going to be a 35 or less. Rolls a 33. Front again. Front hull, penetration now is 10, armor 6, still no variable penetration. Damage, rolls a 6, hull damage, bail out less than 30, and he bails out. So we lose another one. Luckily it's not a point loss, but we do lose another tank. So there's 3 tanks knocked out in quick succession. Alright, so now looking at some of these others, these ATR 9. He's actually going to move. I don't know why he's going to move, but he's moving. Unrevealed or out of range, so we didn't check for him. So now we go to the German-Italian direct fire. So the Semiverti 142, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more. Those Semivertis are over here in this big stack right over in here. There we go. They're going to take shots at the 110 and 111 Valentines. So they can fire heat. They actually have heat, I just showed you in the last turn. So we're going to do an ammo check on them. It's good. They are able to use it. Medium range, small target, regular, 35 or less to hit. Rolls a 91. Darn. Miss. And then the next one, same thing, ammo check. Rolls a 3. That's good. 35 or less. 19, that's a hit. Oh, we may take out one of these Valentines. We may just take him out. So that hit on the front, I believe. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, front. Location roll is a 1. So it's front turret. So the penetration is 15 on the heat shell. and the armor is 15, so we got to do a variable penetration roll. At this point, it does penetrate, but let's see what happens. Remember, 2 dice, and then apply it across the table. So 9, that's actually a +2, so that rolls them to 17, and then roll it again, and rolls a 6 as a 0, so it's the final number is going to be 17 to 15. So we do some damage, we roll on the damage, but we roll a 2. It's a turret damage. All right, maybe they'll bail out on us. But we have damaged his turret, so that's going to make it harder for him to shoot at us. No, they don't bail out. All right, so we did score a hit with the Semaverti on them. Now, next we've got the Berzligiri 112 in that same hex, taking a shot at that rifle ATR 5. Suppression 49 to 77, effective 78 to 00. 82, we got him. All right, that's good. That's good. I forget what he was. He's a full squad, so he's going to reduce, and he's going to suppress. So that's good. Next, moving along, we may be able to hit them with the machine gun and the mortar down here. I forget how I did that, but we will see in a moment or two. Semaverti 244 down here, right in there. These two guys, they're going to take a long shot at the Valentine. So they're going to do ammo checks because they're firing heat. Rolls a 4. Long range, small target, regular. So it's a 21 or less to hit. 38, that's a miss. All right, second one is firing smoke, actually. This is what I thought up after that. I'm like, okay, if I can't knock them out, let's smoke them up so they can't see us, and we can kind of roll these guys back out of here, maybe. Let's see if the smoke hits. Smoke hits, they roll a 4, success. So we've got smoke, just copying the smoke over, there we go. And the smoke hits. And now we've got the Berzligiri 221 firing at that same rifle unit back up here. Rolls a 29, that's a miss. Second one basically needs an 89 to 00. Rolls a 47, that's a miss. All right. Too bad. All right, so next we're going on to our mortar. And he is going to fire at them as well. Needs a 72 or greater. Rolls a 67. Oh, so close. All right, the machine gun I think is going to be our last one down here. Needs an 83 or greater. Rolls a 45. All this firepower putting on them, they can't hit anything. Frustration. Okay, moving along here. Coming back up here, we go to our mortar. And the SPW 251 fires GP at the universal carrier up on the hill. Medium range, protected veterans, suppressed 43 to 70, 71 to 00 is an effective 82. There we go. Effective. Let's see if we brew him up. No, we don't. He's just knocked out, but that's good. We'll take the points, and that's one less unit we have to defeat to take that victory location. All right, our movement phase. Continuing on here, movement. We're going to have no hand-to-hand or close assault. Italians move and Germans move first. That's actually pretty good because we get to overrun them. So here we go with the overruns first. So we're just using one tank here to overrun them. Just move the smoke out of the way here. So it's overrunning the 25-pounder. Point blank, coax, overrun, smoke, veteran, suppress 41 to 67, 68 to 00 will knock them out. Oh, it just gets a suppression. Oh, 68. Oh, come on, 32% chance of killing them. Yeah, okay. So, well, at least we suppressed them. That's going to make them harder for us to shoot at us. We may need to bring up that infantry. The infantry should deploy, and we should be able to attack them next turn with them on there as well. Because I move this guy, the other tank, to overrun them. Because I need to get that hex. That's the most important. We can clean this one up if we get another turn. This is the victory point hex that we need. So we're overrunning those guys. It's the rifle unit. So point blank, coax, overrun, suppress. Now he can't fire because he doesn't have overwatch. He has no command at this point in here. He has no command, and that means that he can't fire only if he's fired upon. So he effectively gets in there without being fired on, which is good. And now overruns 36 to 62 suppress, 63 to 00 effective. Rolls a 79. All right, we got him. So what that's going to do is actually just reduce him because he's a full squad. There we go. And suppress him. All right, so we still got to get another attack on them so we can overrun them again. And I just finish off the move by getting them out of there. At this point, this triggers an overwatch on this unit. They're going to take a shot at him. It's going to be a Valentine, a hidden Valentine. And firing at them is medium range moving overwatch seasons 35 or less to hit. Rolls a 12. Front side location. Rolls a 6. Frontal penetration 10. Armor is 11. Okay, because he's shooting uphill. This is why I wanted to get them uphill. So variable penetration roll rolls a 0, all right, which is nothing, and then rolls a 4, which is 1. Excuse me, which is 1, and then a 4, which is a -1. So it winds up being 0, and there's no penetration. We do an activation roll. Rolls a 49, and it's a fake unit. All right, good. So we lucked out on that one. That other one does a command check. He's actually moving. So he will not be a threat over here. Now, these other units over here, now I will admit I did make a mistake on this. I forgot about this unit over here. He could have seen them. He has a fire command. He already fired, so he can't. But I missed this one because I think this guy, no, he's 6. Okay, so he's within range. I did miss that one, but he does take a shot at these moving units later on. So, it is what it is within there. So next, moving along here, we got the infantry moving up and basically deploying those half tracks, just moving up. So they'll move up to there. And then, let's get you back in frame. There we go. And then we've got the J's actually came down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to here. I want them on the hill to get that bonus, that little bit of armor bonus. Makes a difference, as we just saw with that unit. Just the shot missing the penetration. So now we're moving up. Some more units. Okay, then moving up some of the Panzer IVs and behind here just to saturate this hill. Also try to move around it over here. Now here they could have taken a shot, but I don't think they'll be able to penetrate, so that's why I didn't take it. Okay, some more infantry moving up. And the infantry moving up here as well. And now the trucks, the engineers, I moved them over here because I was going to deploy them into the rocks right here, or the rough right here, just as kind of a buffer and to hold off in case they need it over here. But you'll see that this kind of developed into its own little battle, as it always does. You never know what's going to happen. So this guy actually took a shot at the trucks because they're pretty vulnerable. They actually hit him. On a 19, front location was the hit, hull front, and penetration 4, armor 0, no variable penetration roll, but damage was a 1, which is no damage. The crew bail out on a 10 or less, that should be 10 or less, and they didn't bail out, but the infantry that's in there did bail out, and they will actually be suppressed once they do. So they'll be in there and they will be suppressed. Okay. And then we do our activation roll on them, and that actually reveals units. So we've actually got 2 units. One's going to be a rifle, ATR, that'll be number 10 that comes out. And he positions over there. And then the second unit is an 8, which is a 25 pounder. So that's our third 25 pounder that comes out. And he positioned right there. So that and this is why I said this developed. Now I'm kind of like, uh-oh, we're in trouble because now we got a 25 pounder facing off against these tanks. We better get more infantry up here to help take them out. So that's where the rest of the rest of the engineer platoon starts moving up and deploying on the flank here so that they can take shots. So they're coming up here and deploy, and I think we do one other. No, he had no command. Both of those had no command, so they didn't overwatch. It was just these guys who overwatched over here. So they all deployed over here. So we've got another little battle that's going to form up here next turn, turn 22. Once things keep going. So moving along here. Next we have down to the Italian Bersaglieri and tanks. They move backwards like so. And we discover the other one is fake once it moves. And let's see, this guy over here, oh, down here who had the move, he doesn't move actually, he just stays right there because he was going to the nearest victory point hex, which is his hex, so no movement. So we go to the adjustment phase, pivots, I don't think there's any pivots, turrets, I think I adjusted some turrets up here, yeah, I do adjust some turrets up to the north with the Germans, and a few more full cover. I don't think I did anything. Suppression removals. There's a couple of suppression removals, and here they flip over. Rifle force 422 rolls a 70 or less. Rolls a 60 is good. Okay, so some suppressions removed. AB 41, that's this guy, 132. He failed again. All right, morale adjust. So now we do the AB 41 up here. He rolls a 52, doesn't get anything. AB 133, that's the one down here. Rolls a 53, doesn't get anything. The 115, the M14, 41, 115, and he fails. And the last one, he fails. All right, so the morale stays on there. They don't get off. Command markers are removed, and there we are. We come to the end of turn 22. So pretty exciting in terms of where we are. The situation is this: we're definitely storming this hill. The Valentines are trying to knock off our tanks and everybody up here, both north and south. They did some serious damage down here. In fact, I want to show you our spreadsheet while I think of it here of what this is looking like. So the point value now is 449 for the German Italians, 263 for the Commonwealth. So we're still well ahead. But if I add in the points for the terrain, which we haven't captured yet, we're down 714. All right, so that makes it a little tricky. Now, looking back on the units, the second company, which were overrunning, they're down to 2 before they start going into morale issues. We have, like I said, our tank companies in morale issues. Everything else looks pretty good. We don't have anybody else in morale issues there as well, but we're definitely down on the points, and it shows with this. But we do have a chance. Next turn, I'm thinking this is going to be an attack over here, overruns up here, take this hill, maybe knock out a few more, try to recover these guys backward, get them out of the way and get them away from these Valentines. Luckily, we smoked them, so that's going to make it tougher for them to fire. So with that, I hope you're enjoying this, turns 20 and 21. Here's the wide view of where we are. Once again, if you like the video, please like us. Please subscribe to the rest of my videos. Going to have some other ones coming up here, both Panzer and some ACW ones coming up here shortly, and a few other interesting ones to come. So thanks for watching.